man, it's looked down upon as crime, right? If you cry, right?
Yeah.
People look down upon that. They're like, ah, he's soft. But you know what? Ain't nothing wrong with it, bro. I don't know how y'all feel, but I feel like ain't nothing wrong with a crime situation
Yeah.
if it's called for. You feel what I'm saying?
Gotta let it out, dog.
Not saying not saying that you got to be going around whining like a
Yeah.
baby, but you know what I'm saying. If it's called for in that moment, hey man. But I think it's looked upon. So I think society today we looked at like we just have to be so tough and rough, and we don't have to have no soft side or whatever. But I think it's okay to have a soft side, bro. It's like you got to have a balance. You feel what I'm saying? You ain't got to have nobody where they can run over you, but being a man, it's okay to have a soft side. You know?
How y'all brothers feel about that? Is balance key? We gotta have a balance. So y'all feel like we just gotta hold it in and explode out there, like real for real. It's like if you don't find a space to stay quiet and get your mind right, you're gonna explode out here, man.
You gotta let it out because if you don't, it'll lead to a lot more violent situations. You gotta
Man,
let it. Black folks, it don't get talked about enough in our community, but black folks by large, we need therapy. A lot of therapy.
hey, look, that's a
Oh
show.
man, definitely.
That's a show in itself, bro. You black people need therapy. The black community at large need therapy. For real.
Yes.
That's a show. The thing is, it's a lot to think about there. Honestly, you need therapy.
Yes.
Just like we was talking about yesterday, bro. Like I told you on that podcast with Shannon Sharp and DC Young Fly. Like you said, we don't never talk about our problems as a family, right?
Right.
Like I told you yesterday, he said he got a crackhead in his family, right? His brother. But we never ask our people like, hey, why did you get on crack? You feel what I'm saying? We just accept it.
That's
We
real.
just know it's like normal to us. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
If you got an uncle or somebody that's an uncle that's a rapist or whatever, right? You just turn your head the other way. You never ask, hey, why did you do this? We never talk about stuff. We always sweep it under the rug. You know? I know that's how my family was growing up. We always sweep stuff under the rug. We never
Real.
talk about it.
That's real. It go
Matter
along.
of fact, sometimes I remember trying to talk about stuff and they'll shut you down for real quick.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it goes on in the black community, especially. We sweep stuff under the rug, man. And just like he said, you can see somebody in the family going through something. He's like, man, you know what? That ain't my issue. That's theirs. That's their problem. But it's the family unit. It's supposed to be the family. Like they say, it take a village. Like that was one of the aspects where it took a village in, making sure the family was all right, making sure everybody was well taken care of, even if they couldn't take care of their damn self. For real, for real. So it's like, and it's easier said than done. But I feel like the black community, we done slacked on that real bad. Just being connected, man. Just like me and you talking the other day, Paul, we the old heads now. We the ones that got to come up with the cookouts. We got to come up with the family reunions. You know what I'm saying? We got to do the backyard boogies. So it's like, if we don't do it, we don't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you look at it now. 'Cause I know, especially in my family, like on both sides, the great grandmother, she was the one that held it together. She was the one where you would go to her house for holidays and all these events, birthdays, and all that stuff. Like we don't even do that now. We got, I got, I
We
got
were
family
just
members.
talking about that yesterday.
I got family members I ain't spoken to in 10 years, bro.
Come on, now. That's tough.
Yeah,
That's tough. For real. And the
yep,
thing is, I
It's
look at
different now, bro.
yeah.
how old the great grandmas now. Great grandmas like in their 30s, early 40s now, like almost like man,
They
grandmothers
in now.
that's 40 them now still. Like they just still learning life. Hey, they
Yeah.
grandmothers early. For real, for real. It's like the grandmas ain't even old no more.
No, no,
That's why
sir.
they can't cook. Oh, you can't cook the macaroni and cheese. You ain't seasoned enough. You ain't old enough. You ain't deep enough. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but you know why it's
Crazy, bro.
you know why it's like that, fellas? Like I was telling Tyree yesterday, we don't come together and bring all our resources together. Like back in the day, they used to have what you call a barter system, right? If I got potatoes and you got greens, we'll trade each other. You know what I'm saying? You got what I need. But now it's not like that. Everybody for themselves. They not trying to help out the next person. Nobody trying to do that no more.
No,
Even with the family, like I know growing up or whatever, my family, my mom and my aunties, they used to get together and borrow from each other and all kind of stuff just to stay afloat. Now everybody by themselves, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's scared to ask somebody for help. It's like that now. It's different.
Yeah.
Y'all brothers got anything to add on that, man? That's real.
I mean, it's facts though. I mean, even if you want to, let's say we went back 30 years ago to the early 90s. Look how look drastically how different it is from then to now. Even within the 90s and the early 2000s, you still had some sense of a family dynamic, people coming together, this, that, and the third. You ain't got nothing like that now. You ain't got nothing close to
Nope.
it.
And I don't think it's because of lack of resources. I mean, we're $1 trillion people. Honestly, like black people spend $1 trillion, and that money leaves the black communities. Like I don't think it's because we lack the resources, but it's like we lack industries. I feel like that's the thing. We go back to what he was talking about with the bartering system. The bartering system was because you had property or land, and you knew the importance of growing your own food. So if we was doing food in particularly, if I had the oranges and you had the apples, yeah, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro, let's trade. You see what I'm saying? My grandma told me her grandma and
Yeah.
they used to have everything on the land. They only went to the store for beef and like rutabagas, but everything else they had. Like they grew. And her granddad used to go out and hunt. He'd bring back the fish or the hog or whatever they ate. But the grandma, they grew everything. Everything was on the land growing, and that was something to pride in.
Now we lack as a collective, because I mean individually you can do what you want, but as a collective, we lack financial discipline because you got some dudes that'll go stand in line for some $300 black man.
Say that one more time. Yeah.
Say that again, brother.
Yeah. We lack financial discipline now because as a collective, because I said individually you can do what you want to do, but you got some dudes and some women too. They'll go stand in line for $300, $400 J's before they like try to come together. Hell, let's say start a business or something. I mean,
That's true.
It is what it is. Like
it's real. And stand in line for the same J's. Look, Jordan ain't doing nothing. The same shoe out.
Bro. The same shoes.
To piggyback off what Cody said, I feel like the reason being is because when you gotta try to start a business, it's not just you. Everybody gotta say so. Everybody gotta, they hand the pot. First getting shoes, who it's for. It's for you or like for a gift. So that's the difference. We'll stand in line for some shoes because we know who it's going to, whether it's like us or somebody else. You got a business. It's you, it's your brother, it's your auntie, it's your cousin, it's your stepdad, your brother-in-law. Now all y'all got to come to a consensus on something, and then when profits start rolling in, you don't gotta have like a fair amount of like splitting the bills, splitting the payment. You know what I'm saying? So like that's the difference. That's one of the reasons as to why we can stand it. We can stand for all some shoes, but that's for me. We can't come together for business because now I put in $4,000, you put in 1,300, but for some reason we got to split it in the middle.
That don't sound like a fair business deal anyway.
The thing about large, like a lot of people don't understand. Well, I'm gonna say specifically, a lot of black folks don't understand how business works. I don't think a lot of black people. I mean, because we already know by large, a lot of them aren't financially literate, so a lot of them by large don't understand it.
That's real.
Yeah, you got black folks that don't understand how politics works. I know damn well they don't understand how finance works. So
And gladly voted for Sleepy Joe.
yeah,
Crazy.
glad.